Alfie camera review part 4, loading 35mm film in this camera, tips and tricks, as well as some really creative things you can do by advancing and rewinding the film. Let's get started. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to load the film in the camera. So I'm going to load up a roll of Ferrania P30 that I've done a lot of reviews here on Visual Revolution, and I'll show you how to do this the best possible way. All right, so here on the side of the camera, and you want to load a new roll of film, you have to undo the screw, and then the back door just opens up. What you want to do is pull up here on the spindle, pop the roll of film in, drop that back in, and then feed it across to this side. I like to get it about like that. And there. Okay, once you have that in there, turn it. You want to make sure that the teeth here line up over these holes. I like to advance it right about like that. I like to make sure there's some tension on it as well. So I'll back turn this. That way there's no slack in the cassette. You close the door, tighten this up, and then you want to go to your first frame, which would be, say, right there. And then Alfie recommends advancing at least 2 frames before you start to shoot. So this would be 1 frame. This would be 2 frame. The one thing I will say about that, though, is you have to be careful if you're sending your film out to a lab, because that's really close to the beginning of the actual start of the film. So if you're processing the film yourself, no problem. Just be careful when you're cutting the film to load it onto your reels. If you're sending it to a lab, I might go 3 turns just to be safe. Now, once again, at this point, we have to turn the camera on. We go to our menu here. I go into the menu by holding that button. I've already done a video on this. And I scroll down to the second one here. I'm sorry, you do it this way. And then I have to zero out the, you see, there we go. You can see our frame counter is down to 0. I press this button again. I also would change the film speed. Let me do that as well. I would change the film speed because this is not a 1600 speed film. This is a 80 speed film. So I would lower this all the way down to say there, and then you hold the button in for 3 seconds. Okay, so every time you take a picture, you advance the film till your white square comes back. So I'll give you an example here. I've got the meniscus lens selected. We're at F8. I take a picture. And then I turn the advance wheel here until I see the white square again. That's the perfect amount of spacing for frame to frame. However, this camera has some unique capabilities of being able to rewind backward and forward mid-roll. So if I wanted to, I could actually rewind this film now back 1 whole turn like this to the previous white square and take a picture there as well. It's really kind of creative. I mean, you've got the ability of doing multiple exposures, but the ability to advance the film in multiple directions, back and forth, is super cool. Also, built into the little square right here, when you zoom into it, and I'm trying to see if I can show you in this light, there is a little tiny cut in the plastic. It's hard because it's black, but that's for what's called a quarter frame. And what that allows you to do is to do overlapping frames, like the example I'm showing right now. And the overlapping frames, if you do it at that quarter, always produce an even overlap, but you also have the ability of not doing it perfect like that and to do it a little bit more and a little bit less. And again, you have the ability to always rewind the film any percentage that you want. Once you've gone through your entire roll of film, there is no button to have to press to release the film to rewind. Literally just start to turn the knob here at the top. If you've shot through an entire roll of 35, little tip here, I find that taking the viewfinder off makes rewinding a lot easier because I can really get my hand in there. And once again, all I have to do is unscrew the camera on the side, open the door, and pop out my film, and you're ready to go. It's just really simple, really fun camera to shoot with, and thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.